Verse 18. No one has ever seen Yahuah Elohim. Do you see the words? What does it mean that no one has ever seen Yahuah Elohim? Let's back that up with another one in case you think that we don't know what we're talking about here. Yohanan, chapter 5, verse 37. And the Father who sent me, he bore witness of me. You have neither heard his voice at any time, nor seen his form at any time. Do you believe what you're reading right here? Do you believe what you're seeing right here? And I've taken you from Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 4, the Shama, that he is one. I've taken you to Daniel chapter 7, verse 20, verse, what was that? 17? 13. That was a vision that was given to Daniel to see in a vision the Ancient of Days and the son of Adam, the image of Adam. I've taken you to chapter 1 of Yohanan and chapter 5 of Yohanan, where it says that you have never seen his form nor heard his voice at any time. Let's make it plain, shall we? All those who like to say that the Son is not the Father and the Father is not the Son, I'm going to make it plain for you right now, and you do what you will with this information. I do not have to convince you in your heart. Yahuah as my witness. I don't have to do that. Your own words, for those of you who want to teach and preach and share this, what you think is the truth. Let's see what kind of verbal gymnastics you do with this one. Isaiah chapter 9, verse 6. For unto us a child is born, a son has been given unto us, and the rule is upon his shoulder, and his name is called, or shall be called. Notice who we're talking about. Notice who we're talking about. Once again, notice who we're talking about. The son, the child that has been given to us. What shall he be called? Wonderful, Counselor, Mighty Al. In some of your translations, Mighty God. Everlasting Father. The child shall be called the Everlasting Father. I can just drop the pen right here. I can close up this live right now and be done with it, and let you go with your own mind, your reprobate mind, and think of him as being two different ones. But I'm showing you through scripture, we are not splitting him up. He says he's one and he is only one. Just because you don't understand the understanding of the Father and how he has given himself as the flesh to come down upon this earth, to dwell amongst his own creation, doing what is not possible with any finite individual, for he is infinite. He is infinite. He can do what nothing else or no one else can do. Revealing himself to his creation, submitting himself under his own Torah, under his own law, so that he may come against what all that Satan has done in his creation, to walk as a mere mortal, like one of us, hiding in this flesh of what he has created, to then reveal himself in the end of days, which is exactly what the book of Revelation is all about. The title Hazun, even in the English, revelation, the unveiling, the revealing, what is being unveiled, what is being revealed, what is Hazun? That the Father is the Son. For those of you that was in that live, you heard this man who claims to be a teacher. He said that the word of Elohim is not the Mashiach. Really now? All of you is my witness. You say you believe in the word. Let's see what the word says. Let's see what the dabar says. Or if you want to use the pagan Greek terminology, let's see what the loga says. Okay, let's go into this. Let's see what it says. In the beginning was the word. Whoopsie! I guess that's not him, is it? All those who are speaking this kind, and I can't do his Afrikaan accent, they like to go down to verse 14. The word was with Yahuah Elohim, the mighty of mighty ones, and the word was Yahuah Elohim. He was Yahuah Elohim. But then again, I don't want you to take my word for it. So the Mashiach isn't the word? The Mashiach isn't the one that came and manifested in the flesh? Verse 14. Let me show you something. Chapter 19 of Revelation, Hazon, verse 11. I saw the Shama opened, and there was a white horse. And he who sat on him on that white horse was called trustworthy and true, and in righteousness he judges and fights. And his eyes were as the flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns, having a name that has been written, which no one except for himself can perceive it. Notice what it says right here. Verse 13. And having been dressed in a robe, dipped in dam, in blood, and his name is called what? His name is called what? His name is called what, Mishpachah? The word of Yahuah. But you want to listen to this person with this accent who claims to know something when he knows nothing. Talking about, oh, that's the philosophy of men. This has nothing to do with philosophy. He didn't show you not one scripture while I was on there. I didn't see him show you one scripture. He over here walking to the door. Knock, knock, knock. Knock, knock, knock. And then he says the Mashiach isn't the door. Hello? Hello? And then another one chimes in and says, oh yeah, I don't speak to the door. The door doesn't speak. What is you saying? What kind of nonsense is this? Let's go to the John. Let's go to the book of Yohanan. Where is this? Let me see if I can find it. Give me a second. Let me see if I wrote it down in my notes. Give me a second, all of you. Oh, I'm in the wrong chapter, that's why. Notice what it says here. This is Yohanan, John chapter 10, verse 7. Yahusha therefore said to them again, truly, truly, I say to you, I am the door. I am the lot of the sheep. All who came before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not hear them. I am the door. Whoever enters through me, he or she shall be saved, and shall go in and shall go out and find pasture. Whoopsie. Let me show you another one. This is why I say you need to be careful who you're listening to. And you're over there agreeing with them and saying Amat and you're saying Khan, and you don't have a clue who you're speaking with and who is sharing these words that you're listening to. This man denies the blood. Do you understand? Go back and listen to him. He won't let me in his room. I have been blocked from him because when I used to converse with him and with Ed, they knew that they were being silenced. They don't want to hear the truth. They want their own echo chamber. They want to be able to speak freely their lies and their twisted theology. Again, just to remind you, what did Isaiah chapter 9, verse 6 say? That we have been given a son, a child has been born unto us, and one of his names that he shall be called, for those of you who don't want to believe that the Son is the Father, is that he shall be called the everlasting Father. He shall be called the mighty one. He shall be called Elohim. Why don't you believe this? Why don't you want to believe this? I come back over and over again to clean up what you've been hearing because you don't want to accept what the Creator is saying to his creation. It's not me. Your loyalty is not to me. Why do you think we do this over and over and over again? Because for some reason, some of you look at yourself in the mirror, and as soon as you walk away, you forget who you are. You forget what he is. And I started watching many of you, starting to hear what he was saying, and you started falling off like flies. Because you start to realize, oh, this is a deceiver. This guy don't know what he's talking about. Oh, but you're going to sit there and listen to this guy tell you when a day begins, and you're going to listen to him tell you that Shabbat is only from sunrise to sunset. Well, let's see what the word says. Matthew chapter 28, verse 1. But late in the Shabbat, as it was dawning, what does dawning mean? That the sun is about to rise. So what does it mean that it was late in the Shabbat? That means it had to have been dark because the sun hadn't come up yet. It was about to start to come up. But so how easily you can be deceived by listening to somebody that you think knows what they're talking about, but they're not showing you one scripture. Not one scripture. And you're over here saying, Khan, oh, I didn't know this. Oh, that makes sense. Let me share this with all of you. If you are confused about this, because those who are coming together with the rest of us for Pesach, please let me know that you are not in agreement. We don't need people to come together who do not understand this. I will be more than happy. Just let me know. I will be more than happy to send back your money because we don't need confusion in our midst. We don't need to be unevenly yoked. We don't need someone who believes in the darkness while we're over here believing in the light. There is no affiliation, no relationship, no fellowship with the Mashiach and Belial, with the light and the dark. So please, if you're one of these people that are confused about this information, please don't come. Just let me know. I will send back your money. This is nothing personal. Your loyalty, once again, is not to me. I know what Yahuah has called me to do in these last days. I've shared this many a times on this platform and other platforms that I did not know that Yahuah was getting ready to do this in my life to share what he has been allowing me to share. I had no idea. I thought I was just going to do some postings on TikTok and that was going to be the end of it. But Yahuah has allowed me to see what this was getting ready to come out to be. It took on a life of its own that I had no power or control over. And now I have to give an account for what I am sharing with the masses every single weekend. Just as your loyalty is not to me, my loyalty is not to you. But what I am to share with you, because you are my mishpachah, is the truth. That's how I show that I love you. That's how I show you that I care about you. That's how I tell you that I am here as your brother, not your leader. I say this so many times. I am not your pastor, your preacher, your teacher, none of that. I am just simply your ak. That's it. Who cares for his fellow brethren and hate to see another sheep who is a sheep in wolf's clothing, mind you, regardless if they know that they're a wolf or not, causing destruction in the fold of our Mashiach. I told one of the Akis, as we was listening to that live, I said, Aki, watch, he's going to talk about how the blood does not save us. And sure enough, not even 30 seconds later, he started talking about that. Some of you recognized it right at that point. Oh, wow. He's diminishing the role of the Mashiach and what he did. For those of you that was in there, and I know who was in there, we made mark of those of you. We listed it down. Did you notice how he started lying? That he was going contrary to the word? Give me a 1. Those of you, like I said, we already know. Did you not start seeing that he was going contrary to the word? It's ridiculous. But what does the word say? I'm going to make it clear as day, and I'm going to say it once again. Yahusha is Yahuah. Let me say it again. Yahusha is Yahuah. If Yahusha isn't Yahuah, then when you see all throughout the book of Revelation that the 24 elders and all of the hosts of the Shamaim is bowing down and worshiping the Lamb, then we got a serious problem with the first and second commandment of Yahuah. This man, if I can call him that, and he's going to have to answer for his own nonsense that comes out of his mouth that he is spewing, likes to use a passage of the Old Testament that says that no one can die for another person's sins. But guess what? The Mashiach just ain't nobody. The Mashiach came from everlasting. This man talked about, oh, there's people that say that he is everlasting. That's what the word says. Why don't you believe it, Davidson? And those who are listening in his echo chamber. You see, no one has proprietorship. No one has the sole ownership of how they want to treat this word. There's only one who tells you what this word means. Let me show you what it says here. Oh man, they got me fired up today. Abba Yahuah, please keep my words correct with you. May I not get into the flesh, Abba Yahuah. Notice what it says here. I'm going to knock out 2 birds with 1 stone right now. This is 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15, and many of you already know this. Do your utmost to present yourself not anybody else, you yourself, approved to Alua Elohim, the mighty one, a worker who does not need to be ashamed, does not need to be embarrassed, rightly handling. Some of your KJV or all your KJVs will say rightly dividing the word of truth. This you need to understand. This same man, I heard him say to Veneta that everything in the book of Revelation has already been completed. Really now? Well, let's see what it says in verse 16 and 17 and 18 here in this same chapter. But keep away from profane and empty babblings, for they go on to more wickedness, and their words shall eat its way like gangrene. Hymenios and Philetos are of this sort, who have missed the goal, who have missed the mark concerning the truth, the amat, saying that what? The resurrection has already taken place and have overthrown the belief, the amunah, the faith of some. Do you just see right here what Shaul said? I think I'm going to carry Shaul's words a lot more weight than Davison. There are some who saying that the resurrection has already occurred. But I guess they don't like to read this passage, though, do they? Because they're going to take you to Matthew chapter 28, and they're going to tell you, or this 27, and they're going to tell you this. Or excuse me, 26, I think. No, hold on, let me get it. Give me a second. 27. They like to use this part. And the tombs were open, and many bodies of the set apart ones who had fallen asleep were raised. And coming out of the tombs after his resurrection, they went into the set apart place and appeared to many. What is being told to us here? Yes, some came back. They were resurrected. But this wasn't the second coming. This isn't the end of the age. So what happened to these people? We're not told. Were they taken up? Probably. Or did they have to die again? Maybe so. But that wasn't the end. How easily we forget what he told the Talmudim in Matthew chapter 24. What did he say in Matthew 24? Because remember the three questions that the Talmudim had asked. Say to us, when shall this be? And what is the sign of your coming and of the end of the age? Those are the three questions they asked him. And you have someone like Davison, and he's not the only one. Everything that the Messiah said there in Matthew chapter 24, he was speaking to that particular generation. And then I started seeing Veneta started bringing up the question of the Yashraelites, the Yashraelim. Well, what about the seed of Jacob? I'm going to tell you why he doesn't accept it. Because he doesn't believe that the true people are the melanated ones who came here on these slave ships. Just like you see a lot of postings right now. There's only one people who fits the description of Deuteronomy 28, and he wouldn't touch it with a 1,000-foot pole. Not even with the 1-foot pole, let alone a 1,000-foot pole. So just like Shaul says in Romaims, is Yahuah done with his people? What did Shaul say? Certainly not. So how can you say that it doesn't matter who they are? How can you say it doesn't matter who they've been and where they went and how they've been ostracized from his sight? But what does the word say? He is not done with his people. For the times of the Gentiles must be fulfilled. The times of the Gentiles must be fulfilled. I don't care how you feel because you're of a different color of a persuasion. It has nothing to do with you. It has to do with history. It has to do with the truth. Why are you going to let your skin color allow you to not see the truth? The children of the book are dark. They're melanated. There's no way around that. That is the truth. The ones who were scattered to the four corners of the earth, they weren't the Caucasians. They were the ones from the line of Sham, not from Ham. Not all dark people are from the Hamites. The Shemites were dark too. The only ones who weren't dark was the Japhites. They were the product of albinoism. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with the color of that skin. Noach was an albino. He was a righteous man. So we're not talking about the color of the skin, but history is still history. And those that Yahuah chose came from the loins of Abraham. And Abraham was a dark man. And his son Yitzhak was a dark man. I'm starting to sound like KRS-One. The 12 tribes were of dark melanated persuasion. That's why you see your so-called African Americans all throughout this country at the bottom. They are their tail. They are not the head. They are last. They are not the first. They are beneath and not above. You see the curses upon these people because their ancestors did not obey what was given to them by contract, by agreement at the foot of Mount Sinai. And this is why you see them all over the place. This is why you see them hanging around doing what they're doing, because this is the part of the byproduct of the curse. But yet he says he's not done with them. This is the prophecy. This is why we know that the millennial reign, Vanetta, hasn't come. I agree with you, Akodi. But the problem that I don't agree with many of you, including Vanetta and some of you others, is that Yahusha is not Yahuah. Again, make it plain. Make it plain. Isaiah chapter 9, verse 6. The Son shall be called the everlasting Father. Please stop texting me while I'm over here doing this right now, all of you, please. I want to stay on point. Yahuah has chosen whose eyes shall be open to see and understand this mystery that has been hidden since the days of old. You will find yourself on the wrong side of history because you want to take it under your own understanding, with your own opinions, with your own understanding of what you think is the truth, and you're leading people astray. Let the word be the word. What does the word say? There's only one creator. It's so ironic that you can watch a movie and understand it as it has been given to you by Hollywood. But when you read it out of the word, it's like all of a sudden that doesn't make sense to you. Philippians chapter 2. Verse 5, let this mind be in you, which was also in the Mashiach Yahusha, who being in the form of Yahuah Elohim did not regard equality with Yahuah Elohim a matter to be grasped, a matter to be understood. But he emptied himself, taking the form of a servant, and came to be in the likeness of men. He came to be in the likeness of men. So what was his likeness before he came to be in the likeness of men? Come on, somebody. Was he an angel? I don't think so. I don't think so. But some of you want to change it up. Some of you want to say that no, this can't be, because you're listening to somebody who's calling himself Truth Unedited, which has been Truth Edited, and listen to somebody like John Truth, which is John Lie. Your loyalty is not with them and what they're putting out, nor with what I'm putting out. Your loyalty is to be to the word. Stop being tossed to and fro by every wind and sound of doctrine that comes your way. Yahuah will use people in your life for a season, for a moment, for you to get something, a nugget from them. And then he might tell you to move on. Nothing personal with that person. Some of the people that have been with me have done the same thing. Nothing personal to me. Yahuah is going to give them some growth, because it's all about Yahuah. It's not about me. It's not about what I'm doing. It's about what he's going to do by his Ruach, by his spirit. So he came down in the fashion of a man. He humbled himself and became obedient unto death, death even to the stake. I heard this man, Davidson, say to you guys that was in there, it wasn't the Father's will for the Messiah to die. What? And some of you are just drinking it up, soaking it in. Do you know why you just drink it up and soak it in? Because you don't know the word. You don't know the word. Let me take you here to 1 Timothy. 1 Timothy chapter 1, verses 15, 16, and 17. Trustworthy is the word. Trustworthy is the word, and worthy of all acceptance that Mashiach Yahusha came into the world to save sinners, of whom I am foremost, says Shaul. But because of this, I received compassion, so that in me first, Yahusha the Mashiach might display all patience as an example to those who are going to believe on him for everlasting life. Now to the sovereign of the ages, incorruptible, invisible, to Yahuah Elohim, who alone is wise, be respect and esteem forever and ever. Amat. Who are we talking about? Who are we talking about? Who is called the King? Now to the King of the ages. Can you not put it together? Let me give you another one while we're in this same book. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 1. First of all, then, I urge that petitions, prayers, intercessions, thanksgiving be made for all of Adam's kind, for sovereigns, the kings, even President Trump, and all those who are in authority, in order that we lead a calm and shalom life in all reverence and seriousness. Listen to this. For this righteous and this is right and acceptable before Yahuah Elohim, our Savior. Who's our Savior? Who desires all men to be saved and to come to the knowledge of the truth. For there is one Yahuah Elohim. No. That's not what I'm reading. No, there's two. Maybe there's three. For there is one Yahuah Elohim, one mediator between Yahuah Elohim and Adam's kind, the person, the Mashiach Yahusha. I guess we have to put it in modern terminology. The Mashiach is the avatar of the Father. Can you guys understand that? Does that make more sense to you? Can you comprehend that he is the avatar of the source, who is the Ruach? The Ruach is the source. That is the wind. That is the breath. Who gave himself as a ransom for all, to be witnessed in his own seasons, for which I am appointed a proclaimer and an emissary, an apostle. I am speaking the truth in the Messiah and not lying, a teacher of the nations, of the Gentiles in Amunah and Amat. So I resolved that the men, the people, Palal everywhere, lifting up hands. Oh, you mean not holding hands in a circle like witches do? That are set apart without wrath and disputing. That was a mouthful right there. But we're not done. Let's go to chapter 6, shall we? Let's listen to this, starting at verse 11. But you, O person of Yahuah Elohim, flee from all of this. Pursue righteousness, reverence, belief, love, endurance, meekness. Fight the righteous fight of Amunah. Lay hold on everlasting life, to which you were also called and have confessed the righteous confession before many witnesses in the sight of Yahuah Elohim, who gives life to all, and of the Mashiach Yahusha, who witnessed the righteous confession before Pontius Pilate. I charge you, listen to this, that you guard the commandments. This is what Shaul is saying. What commandments is he talking about? There's no new commandments in the New Testament. This wasn't even pen to paper yet when he wrote this. So what commandments is he talking about to Timothy? It has to be from the Tanakh. That you guard the commandments spotless and blamelessly until the appearing of our master Yahushua HaMashiach, which in his own season he shall reveal the Baruch and only ruler, the sovereign of sovereigns. Oh, wow, that sounds familiar. The master of masters. Oh, what? Who are we talking about? Who alone is immortality, dwelling in unapproachable light, whom no one has seen, is able to see, to whom be respect and everlasting might. Amat. Who are we talking about? Who's the King of Kings, the sovereign of sovereigns? Who is the Lord of Lords, as they like to say? Who is dwelling in unapproachable light. This is your Mashiach. This is my Mashiach. But you still want to split them up, don't you? You're not accepting what I'm reading to you, do you? You want to still split them up, don't you? Because your little finite mind want to split them up. How many more do I have to show you? How many more do you have to see to understand who he is? Why he came in this mystery? Why Satan didn't know who he was? And then you hear people talking about, well, even the demons knew and said, oh, what do we have to do with you, son of Elohim? The manifestation was made to them. They saw the power that was in him. He says, I can do nothing of myself, but only what I see Abba do. That I do. And he says, none of us has ever seen Abba, but him alone. So what did he see the source, who is the Ruach, do? Because the source, the Ruach, is dwelling in the image that we have falsified by calling him the Son, the S-O-N, just like we use the same verbiage in our English language to call the sun, the orb in the sky, the S-U-N. But he is the image of the source of all life, the Ruach. He is that avatar. You cannot see what is invisible. That's why I showed you at the very beginning. No one has seen Abba at any time, nor has heard his voice. So again, who is it that we heard or that we're reading in Genesis chapter 1, verse 3? Let there be light. Are we making the Messiah into a liar? Whose voice is that said that? He says it's not the Father. It's not the source. It was the image, the firstborn of all of creation. Before anything was created, he made himself a body. He spoke himself into a physical existence from the invisible. And that visible manifestation was given the term image. This is why he said he will make us in his image and after his likeness. We are his image. He made himself an image. This is why he told us you are not to make for yourself any image. Why? Because he gave us his image. He is the image. But some of you are still spinning in your mind. And I'm going to tell you why you can't see it. Because you don't want to see it, and so he shall not reveal it to you. That's his word. Because you are not hungry and thirsty for the true righteousness. You have a righteousness of your own, and that's what you're seeking. You're not seeking his righteousness. You're seeking your own righteousness. And you will not be saved by your own righteousness. I heard this man Davidson say that in the beginning, when he said, let there be light, he's saying that that's all of us and that little bit of that light particle that he gave. What? You talking about the philosophy of men? That man gave you a whole lot of philosophy. That light is Yahusha. Let's make this plain. Let's go to John chapter 8. What does it say right here? Verse 58, Yahusha said to them, truly, truly, I say to you, before Abraham came to be. What's the next two words? Do you believe what you're reading? Do you believe what you're reading? Who is the I am? If the Mashiach is saying this, he didn't add nothing behind I am. He made a statement. He made it plain. Before Abraham was, I am. They knew exactly what he was saying. That's why they wanted to pick up stones to unalive him. But you, in your little finite mind, still want to say they're two different people, right? You're not making sense. You are the one who's not making sense. The scripture is plain, but you don't want to see the mystery because you can't see the mystery. The mystery has not been revealed to you because you are seeking your own righteousness and not his righteousness. Hold on one second. I think I have some JWs at my door. I'll be right back. In fact, I'm going to bring you guys with me because it just might be them. I want you to see this. Let's see who this is. No, it's not. I don't know. Oh, it's the youngsters in here in my What's going on, youngsters?
I was just wondering if we could clean your car for a bit of cash.
I would say yes, but no. But I will take care of you guys later. I can't give you any cash today.
Okay, thank you.
But if you guys want to see tomorrow, I'll have you guys wash my truck. How about that?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah?
Thank you.
And then I'll take care of you then, okay?
All right, thank you. Thank you.
All right, what's your names?
My name is Braxton. I'm
Yeah.
Anthony.
That's my middle name, Anthony. I like your name too, Braxton.
Thank you.
All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. You guys got school tomorrow? Can you guys see me after school?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll see you then.
You too.
All right. Oh, man, I was hoping it was going to be the JWs, but it ain't the JWs now, is it, doggies? All right, stay. All right, let's get back to business. We're not done. We're just getting started. All right. Okay, so where were we? He says that he is the I am. I share this with you all, Mishpachah, because I do love and care for you. I do not wish to see you being led away and led astray. We've all have been lied to so many times, deceived so many ways. And as we're coming out of the truth, I know we're questioning everything that we've been taught. I get it. I understand that. Excuse me. But some of the things that we have been taught in Christianity is not a lie. This is how Satan works. He sprinkles lies in the truth. This is the way we get deceived. A deception only works if you think it's the truth. And so Satan tactically uses Abba Yahuwah's words against us by giving us a different interpretation and tries to get us to see what he wants us to see and not what the Ruach wants us to see. I'm telling you right now what is happening within our body. I can't speak of any other camp. I can't speak of any other assembly, but I'm letting you know right now, Yahuwah is doing something very special with us. I'm saying this as a witness before Abba Yahuwah. He is the one who is the author and finisher of our amunah, our faith. There is a reason why we have been sticking so close to one another. And there's a reason why, just like a parent, to allow you to go out and test the waters. See if what he is saying isn't true. He wants you to go out. That's the only way you're going to know if you've been lied to. But what he doesn't want us to do is to be tossed to and fro. He wants you to remember that voice, that still small voice in the back of your mind that's telling you, this is the way. Get on that path and follow it. Don't listen to these other people. What did he say? My sheep hear my voice. His voice, not Brother Jimmy's voice, not Aki Jimmy's voice. His voice. And they follow him. Let's go to the book of Ibrahim, Hebrews, chapter 2. I mean, we can go to chapter 1 where it says this, which is another powerful passage. Chapter 1, verse 1, Alua Alahim, having an old spoken in many portions and many ways to the fathers by the Nabaim, by the prophets, as in these last days, spoken to us by the image, whom he has appointed heir of all, through whom also he made the ages, he made the worlds. Through who? Who did he do this through? His avatar. His avatar. To use this modern verbiage, it was through the image that he created for himself before the foundation of the world. He was the firstborn of all creation. That image was the firstborn of all creation. He had to create himself a body first before he created anything else. Anything else. He was the first of all things, the first to come back from the unaliving of all things into the resurrection of the life. Colossians chapter 1. Who being the brightness of the esteem and the exact, not a partial, not a little bit, not 3/4, the exact representation of his substance. His avatar. That's him. Hebrews chapter 2, verse 9. But we do see him who was made for a little while lower than the messengers. Notice that it says for a little while lower than the messengers. Why was he made lesser than the messengers, the angels, for a little while? Because he came in the flesh. We just read that in Philippians chapter 2. He emptied himself of all of his power and authority. And he came down into a womb of a woman. Let's continue. But we do see him who was made for a little while lower than the messengers, Yahuah, because of the suffering of death, crowned with esteem and respect, that by the favor of Yahuah Elohim, he should taste death for everyone. Whoopsie! That's not what Davison said. It wasn't the will of the Father that he was supposed to die. What? It said that he was the Lamb who was slain before the foundation of the world. Come on, people. Stop listening to these people. They don't have the truth in them. For it was fitting for him, because of whom all are and through whom all are. It's telling you right here, he created all things. In bringing many children into esteem, to make the prince of their deliverance, of their salvation, perfect through sufferings. For both he who was set apart and those who are being set apart are all of one. For which reason he is not ashamed to call them brethren. He is not ashamed to call us his brethren, saying, I shall announce your name to my brothers. In the midst of the congregation, I shall sing praises to you. And again, I shall put my trust in him. And again, see, I and the children whom Yahuah Elohim gave me, the source, the Ruach, gave to him who is the avatar, the image, the physical embodiment of the invisible creator. He created all things through that image. Therefore, since the children share in flesh and blood, listen to this. Therefore, since the children share in flesh and blood, he himself similarly shared in the same, so that by means of his death, he might destroy him having the power of death, that is, Shaitan, the devil. But you listen to somebody like Davison saying, oh, it wasn't the will of the Father that he was supposed to die. That's not what this says. Whoopsie. Why do I keep saying whoopsie? That's what he says. As if, oops, I guess that's contrary to what you've been taught. So I'm throwing it back. Whoopsie. And deliver those who throughout their life were held in slavery, in captivity by fear of death. For doubtless he does not take hold of angels, of messengers, but he does take hold of the seed of Abraham, saying that he did not die for an angel, but he has died for Adam's kind. So in every way, he had to be made like his brethren, like his creation, in order to become a compassionate and trustworthy high priest in the matters related to Yahuah Elohim, to make an atonement for the sins of the people. For in what he had to suffer, he himself being tried, he is able to help those who are also being tried, who are being tested. You and I are being tested of our obedience right now. Just like the Mashiach, who came in the flesh to show us as an example how we are to walk out this walk also, our amunah, our precious faith, in obedience, fear and obedience. Let's continue. Let's listen to this. Now you tell me if they're two different beings. Verse 3 of chapter 3. For this one, notice one is capitalized, has been deemed worthy of more esteem than Masha, than Moses, as much as he who built the house enjoys more respect than the house. Saying that the builder who is building their house has more esteem than the house, because it was the builder who built the house, not the house that built the builder. For every house is built by someone, but he who built all is Yahuah Elohim. And Masha indeed was trustworthy in all his house as a servant. It wasn't Masha's house. It was Yahuwah's house as a servant for a witness of what would be spoken later. But the Mashiach as the son over his own house. Woo! What? What are we talking about here? The Mashiach as a son, as an image over his own house, whose house we are if we hold fast the boldness and the boasting of the expectation firm to the end. That means there's no once saved, always saved. You better do this all the way until you breathe your last breath or he cracks that sky. Yeah. His own house. His own house. What did he say here? Let's go to John chapter 14. Oh, you guys know this. We're going to put this two together. What did he say here? Verse 2, in my Father's house are many staying places, many mansions. If not, I would have told you, I go to prepare a place for you. So then what are we reading over here? Whose house? But the Messiah, verse 6, that I have underlined there. But the Messiah as a son over his own house, but I thought it was the Father's house. In my Father's house, verse 2, are many mansions, are many staying places. But wait a minute, he says here that the Messiah as the son over his own house, whose house we are if we hold fast in boldness and boasting of the expectation firm to the end. Can you not see it? Is your mind so split and divided that you can't put the two together? He does this more than once. We'll go right back over here in John chapter 14. I shared this with some of you the last time. Notice what he says here in verse 26 of chapter 14. Check it. But the helper, the set apart Ruach, the Ruach HaKadosh, whom the Father shall send. Notice that, whom the Father shall send in my name, he shall teach you all. But wait a minute. He said the Father, right? Well, let's see what it says here in John chapter 15, verse 26. And when the helper come, whom I shall send to you from the Father. Well, wait a minute. I thought he said that the Father is going to send, but now he's saying he's going to send from the Father? Who's sending it? Which one is sending it if they're not the same? This is the mystery. This is the mystery. It's right in your face. You can keep toggling between what it is that you think you know and what you think that you know, that what you think you're teaching. But if it ain't lining up to this word, you are in error, my friend. I don't care who you are. Lester, Vanetta, or anyone else. If you don't understand these words, you should not be teaching. Nothing personal. Because you have to answer before Yahuah, just like I have to answer before Yahuah. But the word stays the same. The word speaks against us if we're not lining up with it. You can do nothing for the truth, but be for the truth. And if you're going to lay and carry his children away, the sheep astray by your understanding, you're in trouble. He says it's better for you to tie a millstone around your neck and be cast into the bottom of the sea than to offend one of these little children of mine. This is why he says, through Yaqub, let us not all be teachers. Let us not all be teachers. I know I'm going to get some blowback for this, but it doesn't have to do with me. Your blowback is with Yahuah. And Yahuah will deal with all of you unless you humble yourself to his word. He has not made me thus for no reason. I am not to master over anyone. I'm just sharing you what the word says. And the word is true. The word is true. But we're not done. Let's go back to Ibrahim, chapter 7. This same person, Davison, said that the Mashiach isn't from everlasting. I just showed you that he's immortal. But I'm going to show you another one. Let every word be established by 3 witnesses. Ibrahim, chapter 7. where it talks about Malak Zadok, the king of righteousness. You may know it as Melchizedek. True pronunciation, Malak Zadok. What does it say here? For this Malak Zadok, sovereign king of Salem, priest of the Most High Yahuah Elohim, who met Abraham, returning from the slaughter of the sovereigns, and Baruch him, to whom also Abraham gave a tenth part of all. His name being translated indeed first, sovereign of righteousness, king of righteousness, and then also sovereign of Salem, that is, sovereign of Shalom. Notice what this verse 3 says. Who is without father, without mother. You know anybody who doesn't have a father and mother who is fully man? No, right? But Davidson said, they don't want to accept that he was man. He's mortal. Yes, he came as a mortal being. Yes, he did. Without genealogy, having neither a beginning nor days of end, but having been made like the Son, the image of Yahuah Elohim, remains a priest for all time. For all time. There's only one that is immortal. No one else is immortal, meaning that there is no beginning and no end. There is no one who is immortal except for one. And only one can give you immortality. That is the promise of everlasting life. We all have a beginning, but what about our end? What about our end? What is going to be our end? Is it going to be with him forever in everlasting? Or is it going to be separated from him for everlasting? But you see, we all have a beginning. He is this Malak Zadok. He is this Malak Zadok, people. Let's go to 1 John. 1 John chapter 5. I think this is going to open up a lot of people's eyes right here. Notice this. Verse 19. We know that we are of Yahuah Elohim, and all the world lies in the wicked one. And we know that the Son of Yahuah Elohim has come and has given us an understanding. He has given us an understanding so that we might know the true one. And we are in the true one, that is his Son, Yahushua HaMashiach. This is the true Allah, man. This is the true Yahuah Elohim in everlasting life. I don't know what else to tell you people. It's right there in your face. It's right there in your face. He's the one. This is the mystery that has been hidden since the foundation of the world. He is the one. That's why he has a more excellent name that has been given to him. This is why Satan, when he realized what he had done by unaliving him on the tree, he had to do damage control, change the name, change the doctrine, change the day of the weeks, change the whole calendar, change the feast days. He had to do all of that because he knew he lost. It was over. This is why the Mashiach said it is finished. I completed my task. It's plain as day. I don't know what else I could say. They don't like to touch Isaiah chapter 9, verse 6, where it says that he's going to be called the mighty one, the everlasting Father. They don't want to touch where in John chapter 14, when he was talking to Thomas and Philip, when they was asking him to show us the Father so that it'd be sufficient for us. And he says, how long have I been with you, Philip, that you ask me to show you the Father? Let's look at that passage. I'm going to show it to you in King Jimmy. Verse 5 of chapter 14 of John. Thomas said unto him, Master, we know not where you go, and how we know the way. Yahuah said unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes unto the Father but by me. Notice what he says in verse 7. Check it. If you had known me, you should have known my Father also. And from henceforth, you know him and you have seen him. Come on, man. Let that marinate in your being for a minute. Thank you, Louise. Whoopsie. You have seen him. But let's put it together. What did the Mashiach say? No one has seen the Father at any time. So how can we see the Father? He's telling you, the only way you're ever going to see the Father who is invisible is you're looking at me. Because I am, modern terminology, his avatar. I'm his image. Icon in the Greek. And then the next one says the same thing. Philip says, Master, show us the Father, that it be sufficient for us. Yahuah said unto him, after he just told him that if you know the Father, you henceforth you know him. Now you know him and you have seen him. And so here it is, Philip acting like he just didn't hear this, like many of us. We didn't hear this. So now the Messiah has to backtrack. And he says unto him, have I been with you so all this time with you, and yet you have not known me, Philip? He that has seen me, he that has seen me, he that has seen me has seen the Father. He just said that right up here. And from henceforth, you know him and have seen him. This is how you rightly divide this word. So then how do you say, show us the Father? Do you not believe that I'm in the Father and the Father's in me? Make it make sense, as a lot of people like to say. It is making sense, but you don't want to make it to make sense because you don't want to believe that it is the making sense. It's right there in our face. But we got a lot of doubting Thomases and we got a lot of not understanding Philips. I don't do this to be heard, Mishpachah. I really don't. I do this because I love our Abba. Notice I said, I love our Abba. Why? Because the Mashiach told us to give our veneration, to give our reverence, to give our worship, everything to Abba. And by doing so, it goes through the Mashiach because the Mashiach is the image. And so when you read Revelation, that's what you are going to see. And we are all going to witness it. This is why, once again, I'm going to take you to Philippians. What did Shaul say here in Philippians chapter 2, verse 10? That at the name of Yahushua, every knee should bow, of those in the Shama and of those on the earth and of those who are under the Arats. And every tongue should confess that Yahushua the Mashiach is the master, they put here, but is Yahuah, to the esteem of Alua Elohim the Father. Why am I bringing this up? Let's go to Isaiah, the book that clearly tells you that he is one. Isaiah chapter 45. Let's check it. Verse 23, I have sworn by myself, a word has gone out of my mouth in righteousness and shall not return or not relent, so that to me every knee shall bow and every tongue swear or confess. But what was said here before it was said that? Is it not I, Yahuah? We all agree, Yahuah, that's the name of the Father. And there is no mighty one besides me, next to me, even at the right hand. A righteous isle and a savior. There is none besides me. Turn to me and be saved, all you of the ends of the earth, for I am Al, I am the mighty, and there is no one else. I have sworn by myself, a word has gone out of my mouth, not out of our mouth, in righteousness, and shall not return, so that to me, not to my image, to me. So who is the image? The image is him. You're going to bow down to the image that he has made for himself. This is why he told us not to make an image for ourselves, because he's already given us an image. It's him. He made an image of himself. And so to him, every knee shall bow, and to him, every tongue shall confess. Why are we being tossed to and fro? Because it wasn't established in your heart what you thought that you heard that I was sharing with you. It wasn't truly established in your heart. You were literally still questioning it. And that's why when somebody else comes with a different doctrine, you say, oh, Khan, Amat. Oh, I didn't know that before. I see it now. You don't see nothing but confusion. That's what you see. And now you see this, now as I'm bringing it to you, now you see this. Let this truth be established in your heart, people. Let the truth of Yahuah be established in your heart. Again, what does the word say? What does the word say? The word tells you everything you need to know. If it doesn't line up with the word, toss it aside. Everything, whatever you're reading or whoever you're listening to, toss it aside. Because if it isn't from the source, if it isn't from the Ruach, you are in trouble. You are listening to another shepherd, and it isn't the true shepherd. It is the false one. It is the false Messiah. Now, I'm going to ask a question to all 300 of you right now in this room. Who disagrees that Yahusha is Yahuah after everything that I shared with you? Who disagrees that Yahusha is not Yahuah? Now I'm going to ask you another question. Which one of you believe that Shabbat is only during the daytime period, from sunrise to sunset? After what I showed you, that it goes all the way into the next day. Who doesn't understand that? So, with that being said, let me ask you another question. Which one of you believe that it wasn't the will of Yahuah to send his image down to be unalived for our transgressions? Which one of you don't believe that? Because if you have to do it by yourself, you are lost. You are coming to the Mashiach, or to the throne empty-handed. The Mashiach is our lamb. The Mashiach is our lamb that was slain before the foundation. This was a plan before the earth was even put together. Before anything was created, Yahuah already knew what he was going to have to go through to make everything perfect. He was the lamb that was slain before the foundation of the world, before the earth was even founded, before he laid the foundation, before Satan was even created. These things I share with you, again, because I care. You may not like the tone of my voice. You may not like the presentation that I gave to you. But what you should like and what you should love is his word of truth. It's his word of truth. People want to take this stuff so personal. I'm not speaking about any one of you in particular. I'm talking about your doctrine, your religion, your own righteousness. It is not the righteousness of the Mashiach, because you're coming with a different doctrine. Let me show you another one. People always want to say, oh, but the son, he's just a son. He came down as the son. Yes, he came down as the image manifested in the flesh. Yes. But you have to be real with what the word says. If the word says so, you can't change it. Colossians chapter 1. Verse 12, giving thanks to Abba, who has made us fit to share in the inheritance of the set apart ones, the Kadashim in the light, who has delivered us from the authority of darkness and transferred us into the reign of the image of his love. Excuse me. In whom, that is the image, we have redemption through his blood. Whoopsie, Davison. Through his blood, Davison. The forgiveness of our transgressions, who is the likeness of the invisible Alua Elohim, the firstborn of all creation, because in him, that is the image, the S-O-N, were created all that are in the Shamayim and that are on the Arats, visible and invisible, whether they be thrones, rulerships, or principalities, authorities, all have been created. That makes him our creator, through him and for him. And he is before all, and in him all hold together. That makes him our Father, our everlasting Father, just like we read in Isaiah chapter 9, verse 6, or you just don't believe in the word that we just read. And he is the head of the body, the assembly, who is the beginning, the firstborn from the dead. You see, that he might become the one who is first in all, meaning that he takes preeminence of everything that is to be first, except for wickedness and sin and transgressions of the law. He doesn't do any of that first, because he cannot do that. He cannot transgress. But what is righteous, he's the first of it all. But it doesn't stop there. Because in him, in who? In the Son, in the image, all the completeness was well pleased to dwell in, and through him to completely restore to favor all unto himself. He's restoring who to himself? His creation back to himself. Whether what? On the Arats or in the Shamaim, having made shalom through the blood, through the dam of his stake, of the tree. And you, who once were estranged, who were ostracized, who were separated and enemies in the mind by wicked works, not righteous works, but now he has completely restored to favor in the body of his flesh through his death to present you kadash and blameless and reprovable before him. If indeed you continue, no one saved, always saved, in the amunah, founded and steadfast, and are not moved. Not moved with what? With every sound and wind of doctrine that comes your way. It's all him, Mishpachah. It's all him. It's beautiful when you see it. And I applaud that Abba Yahuah opens your eyes to see it. Like I said, all you have to do literally to anybody who says that the Son is not the Father, all you have to do is take them to Isaiah 9, verse 6, and that's the end of the discussion. It's over with. It's over with. Take you back right now in case some of you have forgotten. Just like I was sharing earlier, like Shaul says, some of us, we look at ourselves in the mirror and we walk away and we forget ourselves. We forget what we are. We forget who we are. Look at it. Check the words. For a child is born unto us, a son is given unto us, and the rule is on his shoulder, and his name is called Wonderful Counselor, Strong Al, that is the Mighty One, Father of Continuity, or that is the Everlasting Father. He shall be called the Mighty One. He shall be called the Everlasting Father. The child, the son, the image. What kind of verbal gymnastics are you going to do with that? The Son is called the Everlasting Father. What are you going to do with that? Just because you say he is not the Father, that makes it so? Not according to what we just read. There are so many self-imposed preachers and teachers. And they're all going to have to give an account. They shall be judged more harshly. I would like to forewarn all of you who want to share this truth. If you don't know what you're talking about, keep your mouth quiet. That goes for men and women. I want to thank my Abba Yahuah for this word today. I want to thank him for revealing himself to us today. I want to give him all praise, honor, and esteem for who he is and shall always be. To those who have eyes to see and ears to hear what the Ruach HaKadosh is telling the Mishpachah. I don't have to draw this out. It's plain and simple for those who have those two things, eyes and ears. He and he alone is one. He and he alone is able to do what none of us is capable of doing. Heavenly Abba Yahuah, I applaud that your word has been deposited in fertile soil, that it may germinate and grow for you to bring back some 30, 60, 100-fold return unto you, O Abba Yahuah. Let every mouth be stopped, but only you be true. May we not allow our egos, our pride, to get in the way of your truth. For we know that all of our righteousness truly are as filthy rags. But we ask that you help us to do your righteousness, your righteous acts, your righteous works, according to your Torah, that it may be seen clearly in the light before your eyes, O Abba Yahuah. Please forgive us, all of us, even those who speak contrary to your word. Forgive us, O Abba. Do not deal with us according to the things that we have said. Please have mercy upon us, for we have all spoken what has not been right before you. We have all fallen short of your esteem. We have all missed the mark that you have given us to follow. Abba, I ask that you will continue to use me before my brethren who can hear my voice, that I be able to share your word and not my own, that I stand bold for the truth and not cower down to any of the naysayers. For I know that you always fight my battles, and I know that you hear me, O Abba. You have shown yourself too many times in my life, O Yah, and I ask that you do the same for the Mishpachah as we continue to walk in your obedience by your word. For none of us is clean without you. It is your word that cleanses us. It is the dam, the blood, that cleanses us. Forgive us, Abba. All this we bring before you, and we seal it with the name of your Bane, Yahushua HaMashiach, the one that you had manifested yourself through, so that we may be able to see your image and to hear your voice and to see your form. Tudata Abba Yahuah. And may all your children say Amat before you. Amat. I'm going to shut this down, and I'm coming back. I wanted to make this portion, this part that I shared, for anyone who wants to go back and see it. This will be automatically uploaded. To the naysayers, you don't have to see it. To the naysayers, you don't have to watch it. But if you want to be in the truth, if you don't want to be led astray, please watch it. I love every last one of you. I am not against any of you, but I am against those who don't follow the true doctrine. I am against those of your doctrine, not you, your doctrine. I love you. I don't love your doctrine. I don't have to respect your doctrine, but I respect you. So please, go back and look at this video and let his Ruach speak to you. Because if you don't understand this and you continue to split him up, you are in error, my friend. And with all that being said, may Yahuah barak you, and may he keep you. May he continue to allow the countenance of his light to shine upon you. And may he continue to reveal himself to you in the mighty name of his Bane, Yahushua HaMashiach. I'll be back in a few. Shabbat Shalom, Mishpachah.
ambassadors of Yah. We are the ambassadors, ambassadors of Yah. Spreading love from near to far. We are the ambassadors, ambassadors of Yah. Listen close, hear us, yeah. We are the ambassadors, ambassadors of Yah. Spreading love from near to far. We are the ambassadors, ambassadors of Yah. Listen close, hear us, yeah. Verses be thumping, shofars be blowing, beat be steady. Word power every hour, truth already. Planet deep secrets keep fools unsteady. We elevate till your faith be ready. No compromise. Open your eyes, see the light. Walk tall, stand strong with all your might. We are the ambassadors, ambassadors of Yah. Spreading love from near to far. We are the ambassadors, ambassadors of Yah. Listen close, hear us, yeah. We are the ambassadors, ambassadors of Yah. Spreading love from near to far. We are the ambassadors, ambassadors of Yah. Listen close, hear us, yeah.
Moo, Yahuah.
No compromise. Open your eyes, see the light. Walk tall, stand strong with all your might. We are the ambassadors, ambassadors of Yah. Spreading love from near to far. We are the ambassadors, ambassadors.